Hello again, Cecil County and the world. Rob Turnside here. Yes, it is the 2nd of June. Pretty much summer is just rolling on down, and you can take that to the bank. What bank?
Cecil Bank.
Yes, from Cecil Bank. Tracy Reynolds with all kinds of good fiscal and financial information. What are we going to talk about today?
Tonight we're going to talk about a budget and how important it is for you to build a budget and try to stay to it.
Okay, this doesn't sound fun to me.
Well, might be fun for some people.
I like to just blow my money.
Well, you can do that if you have your budget says that you have some dispendable income that you can do that with. It's perfectly okay to do that.
Well, I just got back from vacation, so maybe I'm not a good candidate. But how do you start making a budget in real life?
There are some simple steps. They say there's practically 8 of them. You want to gather your information. You know, what is your income? What are your fixed costs? Fixed costs could be a rent, mortgage payment, a car payment. What are your optional obligated costs? Optional costs would be, do you have to pay for your friend to go out to eat? Or is that an obligation? Is that not an obligation, you know? So there's some variable costs every month. Your electric bill might be a variable cost. It could be, you know, low in the winter time if you have gas, and high in the summertime because you're running the air conditioner. But then on vice versa, your gas bill might be higher in the winter time because you're using gas heat.
Right, that makes sense.
Yep.
So that's a variable cost. There are other variable costs, I guess, would be, well, what about groceries? Is that a fixed cost?
Groceries are not a fixed cost anymore. I mean, you know, grocery costs are on the rise every day. And it seems like you walked in, you know, last year and you could get a cart full of groceries maybe for $200, and now that might only get you 6 bags, if that,
right,
if you're lucky.
So how does a budget help you with this crunch?
So if you have a budget and you know how much money you have left over after your obligations are met, then you can carve out and you can say, okay, I'm going to only try to spend $100 at the grocery store this week, or $200 at the grocery store this week. And if you go in there and you not necessarily take a calculator and add everything up, but you kind of are in your head, you can be like, do I really need to buy the sugary cereal, or do I buy the generic store-bought brand of cereal or something of that nature? Do you want to buy the filet mignon, or is just a regular ribeye steak fine?
Or a cube steak.
Or a cube steak. That's exactly right. That's exactly
I kind of get it. And so you talked about fixed costs, variable costs. And what is this optional obligated costs?
Optional obligated costs. So those are those things that, you know, is it something that you need to do? You know, is it an obligation that you have to pay? Is it again, you normally take your friend out for lunch or dinner. Well, is that an obligated cost to pay for your friend to have dinner, or you just do it because we're friends and you want to treat me to a nice meal? You know, that could be an optional. It could be optional this month, but next month it's an obligated cost.
So what kind of paperwork and documentation is?
Well, there are a lot of variable worksheets that you can find online if you Google that. I did send one that they're going to pop them on the screen now, where you can go to this website and download a PDF. That is a nice worksheet, so you can print it out, and it has everything that I just talked about, and even some more questions that I didn't say, and you can pencil that in and tweak it to make it to be your own.
So this is, I'm looking at it right here, the PDF 1020 Make a Budget Worksheet form, PDF, consumer.gov.
Yes.
That's where you go to consumer.gov?
Consumer.gov is where I got that. Consumer.gov has a lot of worthwhile information about a lot of variable things, and one of them things talks about budgeting.
Well, it's given me some good ideas. Unfortunately, my house just burnt down a couple weeks ago, so my budget is wacko. Now, all those costs, hopefully insurance will reimburse, like I had to buy all kinds of new stuff. I'm saving receipts. I guess it's important to make sure you're information is protected.
It is. So, you know, they do tell you that on that you should keep your tax returns indefinite. You should keep important papers and like birth certificates and things of that nature. You know, so you might want to invest in a safe deposit box at the bank where you keep those documents at. You might want to buy one of those little fireproof boxes and have one of them in your home. You can get them off of Amazon for a reasonable charge, but annually or on at least every other year basis, you should go through your papers and shred what you don't need anymore and make sure things are in order so that in the event you have an emergency, you can go to one place.
And save your receipts too,
And
right?
save your receipts, yes.
Well, this is a wealth of information, Tracy, and I think I'll look for you this weekend at Sunfest.
Oh, I hope to see you there.
You could take that to the bank. What bank?
Cecil Bank.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.